Everyone, it's Melissa, and welcome back to my channel. Are you ready to make an adorable bracelet? We will be designing an autumn-inspired bracelet using these adorable check glass owls, soft flex wire, and I am using the topaz color. Unfortunately, it is a discontinued color, but you can use one of the metallics or a garnet. And I am also using beads claimed from the Softlex Company live sale, these beautiful topaz pinch beads, and some check glass and like a sage and purple color. We'll need some 6 millimeter jump ring pins and a clasp of your choice and your findings. And before we start creating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow, and I will leave a link down below in the description for the products I am using if they are still available, as well as all other bracelet inspiration. Let's start creating. To start, we're going to need about 20 inches of our soft flex wire. Soft flex wire, we're going to add on one of our 2x2s. We're just going to slide it on. Let it slide to the middle of your soft flex wire. We're going to take one side of our soft flex wire and we're going to do a little crisscross. And this is just going to create the connection point to the clasp. And it's up to you how big you want your little connection to be. But we want to make sure that it's even on the other side of the soft flex wire. So once we have our circle created with our 2x2, we're just going to bring in our pliers and give it a little smash. And we can rotate, and this will just give it a more professional finish, and it'll also make it look like a little bead. Of our loop, now we're going to add on our beads. We're going to pick up two of the little pinch beads. And depending on the bead that you can also use a 4 millimeter check glass round or a bicone. But some of the check glass, the soft flex wire will show through. I just feel it really adds to your design. So we're going to add two on each side. So I've done a couple of these projects before, one for the Great Bead Extravaganza over the summer with butterflies and flowers, and a Christmas charm bracelet. So I will leave a link for those tutorials down below in the description. We're going to add on one of our 8 millimeter check glass. And for this step, as long as you can pass two medium soft flex wire through the bead, it will work for this design. Other wire, we're just going to crisscross, similar to what we did with our 2x2. And we're just going to slide this down. And we have our little loop on the bottom already. Make some adjustments. And we have our little loop here on the bottom. So that's going to kind of act as a beadstalk. Next step, we're going to have two topaz beads again on each side. Then we're going to add on one of our 8 millimeter check glass. It doesn't matter which side of soft flex. And we're just going to do the crisscross. Repeat the steps until we get to the length of our bracelet. And also down below in the description, I will leave a link. I did a necklace to match the autumn bracelet I made last year. So it's kind of the same technique as well. And don't worry if it starts to curl just a little bit, it will straighten out with your design. You almost want it to curl so you know you're doing the right pattern. So we're just going to complete our bracelet. And you can see the soft flex wire show between the beads. That's what I love about soft flex wire is it also adds to the design. So we have pretty much the base of our bracelet completed. It's going to curl a little bit, but it will straighten out when you wear it. We do have a lot of soft flex wire at the end, so you can continue to work with this length of wire, or you can trim it down to a more working size. Our two topaz beads. So we have the base of our bracelet, and I'm just going to trim these just a little bit so I have less soft flex to work with. And always save your soft flex wire. You can use it for another project, especially the discontinued colors. We're going to add in our 2x2, and we're just going to slide this on to one side of our soft flex. Take our other soft flex wire and pass it back through. Now, it doesn't matter which side of soft flex wire you use, but we're just going to loop one back through our 2x2. And sometimes this can be a little tricky, and you can always use a size larger, so a soft flex 3x3. Now we're just going to make our adjustments, and we want to make sure that our loops are fairly the same size. We have our loops the same size. We're just going to bring in our pliers and give it a little smash. Now this may be a little tricky to try to rotate your pliers to get that more professional finish. So you can just give it a smash. We're going to take our nippers and be careful where you trim. You don't want to trim your little loop, but we're going to trim our extra soft flex wire. So we have the beautiful base to our autumn bracelet, just full of sparkle, and then very colorful from the check glass sage beads. Now we're going to use our head pins and we're going to add on our little owls. 6 millimeter jump rings as well to attach our clasp. You can also make your own jump rings out of soft flex craft wire if you want to give it more of a fall vibe. Maybe use a copper color or like a green for the leaves. So we're going to add an owl to each one of our head pins, and then I'm going to add on top one of the little topaz beads just to give it a little bit more of the sparkle as well as the autumn color. Take our loops on our owls. I'll be using my one-step looper. We're just going to slide it into the tool and just give it a gentle squeeze. This is going to create a loop for us. You can also use your round nose pliers or make your own head pins out of the craft wire. And this is the smallest size of the looper tool. There's two larger ones. Now we have all our little owls, and I just like to take my round nose pliers and make sure that my loop is completely closed. I wouldn't want to lose my charms. We're going to attach our jump rings to our owls to our bracelet. So we're just going to open up a jump ring, gentle twist side to side, and we're going to connect them between the two topaz beads. And then we're just going to slide on our little owl charm. And you could use a 4 millimeter jump ring, completely up to you. The 6 millimeter just kind of moves freely over these topaz beads. So we're just going to keep adding on our little owls. And you can add more dangles if you would like. If you want to do some wire wraps with the check glass, you can do that as well. And you can put on your charms randomly, or you can have the spacing for them. So we'll add on our last little owl, and then we will attach our clasp. And if you wanted a very fun and festive bracelet, you can also add more charms on the other side. So we have our beautiful little autumn owl bracelet. We're just going to attach our clasp. And I will be using a lobster claw for the clasp. You can use a two-part clasp, a toggle, magnetic, completely up to you. Just going to open up the jump rings. And this is a wonderful bracelet to give as a gift. You can really personalize them, and also a great bracelet to use any leftover beads. So we're just going to attach our jump ring to one side of a bracelet and give it a close. Now we do have a design option. We don't have to add a jump ring to the other side. The lobster claw will connect to our little loop, completely up to you. I'm just going to go ahead and attach a jump ring. You can also add like another charm to this end or a made with love charm if you're doing it for a craft fair or giving it as a gift. And we have our beautiful autumn owl bracelet using items from the Softflex Company live sale, as well as Softflex wire and topaz. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps my little channel grow. And down below in the description, I will leave a link for the playlist for all other bracelet inspiration, as well as the products used in this video. Have an awesome day.